here we go. Little walkthrough on my Edingurgh T8 British cruiser. You see, I've got these particular modules on here. Because none of the other ones make much sense. And we've got AA modification. I got tired of getting blowed up by planes, so I did that. And since I've done that, I still get blowed up by planes. So, well, it happens. Then we got this little, just figure it's better to be able to keep moving quicker. And over here, rudder shift time, which with the B-hull gives me a 7.7 rudder shift time, so it's a pretty maneuverable ship. What's real nice about these British cruisers is that they don't slow down in turns. You turn, they just keep going whatever speed you were going. And if you were going slow, they'll actually speed up, which is very cool. This Edingurgh is really a very special ship, mostly because of this. As you can see, 873 hit points per second on the damage control. That's the repair party. That's a super repair party. And then I added this little bugger here, so that actually puts it up to the 873. That's about all I run. I don't run a lot of flags. I just kind of get the feeling the more flags I run, the quicker I die. I don't know why. I've just been playing long enough, and that's an impression I have. So, I do like to pie the camouflages at 8 and up. Can score some pretty good experience and whatnot. The flag, I fly this one right here. That military month contributor, that was a while ago. It's the only flag I have that gives me any bonuses other than something colorful flapping around in a breeze. So I use that one on everything. I took the 19-point captain that they gave us for Dunkirk, and I put him in the Edingurgh as my highest tiered British cruiser. And here's what I did with that. I got priority target. I find that good because at least I know how many people are aiming at me. And it helps me decide which way I got to run, because you do a lot of that in this ship. And I got preventive maintenance because, you know, I need my guns. And expert marksman, which is pretty cool, because I've got a mean battery rotation there, 23.4 now. It'll load to 7.5, which is helped by the reload time of my secondary guns, and primarily I took this for the 20% boost to the damage per AA. And then down here, of course, we have to have this, and that's what's real special about this. Another thing that's special about this ship, you've got a 9 range detectability by sea from this and the upgrade. And then you throw that -3% from camouflage on, and you end up with a 9 sighted. And you also have radar with a range of 9. So, you know, if you're spotted, you pop that radar, you know, they become very visible. And this is basically set up to destroy, to hunt destroyers. And I love it, because I love playing destroyers. So I like blowing them up too. So we get this concealment expert thing here, which, okay, we covered that. 6.4 there from the air. And we got the radio location going on. And I put that on just because I wanted another set of eyes. I've got sonar. I've got radar. And now I know the direction of the closest enemy, whether I have them on, whether I can reach them with sonar or radar. And that's full time. I don't really have to do anything to use that. So, you know, when I start to see the closest ship to me, behind me or alongside or flanking, I have a pretty good idea where I'm going. Because that chances are we're going to find a destroyer to blow the shit out of. So, you see how I got the captain set up? Again, these modules, this is an amazing boat. So, I've got the party 2 on and repair party 2 on, so we're at 873 with a reload time of 80 seconds, and I get 4 charges. So, Dreadnought, this is the easiest chip ever to get Dreadnought in. You just got to get yourself hit a few times. And then we got the sonar here, or well, hydroacoustic surge, big word for sonar. And now we're going to have, we got surveillance radar, so I got 3 of each of those. And we got torpedoes. We got torpedoes in the mix here, so my torpedoes look like our 2x3, firing each side of the ship, not center mounted, and a range of 10 kilometers, speed of 62 knots. And I always like to look at the stat down here, the detectability range by sea, so 1.3. That's actually pretty good for a 62 knot torpedo. And you can see there's a 72-second reload time, which, you know, tier 8 is pretty good. 10-kilometer range is nice too, because it is actually beyond my spotted range. So I can play that quasi-destroyer game if I, you know, need to, and all the destroyers on their team are gone, or on my team are gone. But not what I'm really after there. I like to keep my distance, find out basically where the enemy is, and then come in, light them up with the radar. Everyone gets a shot at them, because I think it's most important that you get rid of destroyers, being one. A lot. I play a lot of destroyers, and I survive most of the time, because that is mission number 1. I'm a spot survive kind of guy. I want to rack up spotted damage. That's just the way it is. So then we go over here. We already went over that. Go back to port. I've got some campaigns set here. T8s. I'm working on the honorable service campaign, and I'm this far, and I've got these 2 up here, so I've got to get 2 more top experience. The one I do have, I got in the Fletcher. First enemy team, I got that 1 of 2 on the very first time I went out, and I haven't gotten one since. So I've been concentrating on in 8s and 9s, which you see here highlighted. So all that having been said, let's see what we can do. Yeah. See what we have here. Oh, tier 10 battle. This is what you look at as an opportunity for points. Not a real good situation. Well, we got 4 destroyers, and those are my business, so. don't like racing out in front, playing the fool. Playing in outer space. Mystery. Bam! Alright. That was kind of weird. So, they always stick me in the middle when I get to decide a direction. You can see my arc right there. It's pointing out the nearest enemy ship. So he's right over there. He knows. It's not a big deal when you're detected. It just shows that there's a ship somewhere. And unless you're very, very close, it won't move very fast. In which case you're going to see the person anyway. So, let's check this out. Alright, well, I think I could go either direction. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'll go to B. I like to set a course. Because then I don't have to deal with driving. I like to spend as much time as I can on the big map. And the mini map always shows you the enemies before you can actually see them. So if you pay attention, you'll see things before they happen. Now, why in the hell are we doing all this?
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Alright. We'll go into top down. There we go. See what's going on here. Not much. I'm all by myself. I guess I could put some speed up. Here we are.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy destroyer sighted.
I don't usually listen to the music, but I decided to turn it on just to see if it's, cool or not. Here we got a Bismarck over there. And I'm in a nice position. Remembering that my sighted is 9, you'll see in the circle down here I have a good space of 5 kilometers in which I don't have to fire. And these British armor-piercing shells are really not good for anything over 10 kilometers anyway. So it's good to let them get in. And then they're also in torpedo range. So that's a good thing to get on them. This is Bismarck now. He's coming along nicely. He's flanked by a Des Moines. So there's radar over here. Not just mine. The Hindenburg and the Benson. Bringing it right along, baby. Bringing it right along. To go off autopilot. Cut around behind this guy. You see that these ships handle pretty nicely. Well, that was interesting, no? Don't know how well any of that turned out, but... Man, there's one. Well, that was a good exchange. Much better for me than he. Got one of those little torpedoes in there on him, apparently. So let's pepper him some more. Where did he go? All right. Well, all right. Let's go find someone else. Somebody I can't see is the closest target. All right. In good shape. We're in good shape. There we go. That's what we need. Missouri running away. Let's go get some points here. Oh.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. Our team's taken lead. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. Enemy destroyer detected.
That is how you do it. There's another one. He wants a piece of this action too. Yeah, you gotta use your free look. Using my free look. And we got a Minotaur. Asking for some loving.
Our team's taken lead.
detected and butt wrecked. Here you go. Where you going, little buddy? Where you going, little buddy? Huh? Where you going, little buddy? Oh, little buddy. Watch out. There you go. Good night. That is what this ship is for. Yeah!
Our victory is in sight.
Damn right it is. That was sweet. That was sweet. Yeah. That was not bad. Not heroic, but not bad. We did our job. We took out destroyers. Nothing like ruining a destroyer's day. Look at me way down there. But I killed 2 destroyers. And which destroyers did I get? Well, always legs up there. Gotta load this first, then the other load. Alright. You know, I made money, I did stuff. It's all back to that. Alright, detail report. Yeah, we got the Yagumo. Yeah, we got the Yagumo. Gotta text Brian, man. Let him know. So, there you see the whole situation. I got both their Yugomos, their second and their third player. Wiped out number 1. Yeah, baby. So, there you have it.